Hello guys, and welcome back to another Total War Warhammer. This is a 2v2 battle where me and Neo Rathios, you may remember him from VR chat, team up against Poog and T-Master. We are attacking. This is Neo Rathios' army playing as the Orcs. He's got a pretty semi-standard army here. Orc boy, sword infantry's in the towers. What about these ones? Yep. Same. Black orcs lined up behind the towers for cover. The more elite trailing behind. Some orc archer boys, only a couple. And a single unit of trolls. He's bringing Azag the Slaughterer as his lord here, wizard. He's bringing in a Ragnarok spider. I usually just call them spiders. I don't even try to pronounce all that shit. Which has, is this the special one? I think this one might be normal. I don't know. There's a Regiment of Renown one that can spawn spiders. But even if this is not that one, which I don't think it is, it's got like archers on top too that can fire while you're in melee combat. Over on my side, got playing as Chaos. Just got a whole bunch of towers just filled with Chaos Warriors. Some more Chaos Warriors flanking behind. Went with the mid-grade again, similar to my battle with Dave. Got some armored Chaos Trolls for the gate, as well as a Dragon Ogre Shaggoth. I got Prince Sigvald the Magnificent as my lord, because there's really just no one better. Look in the rear over here, and I have some Chosen, 2 units of Chosen. The best sword and shield infantry Chaos have. And what can we see back here? Some hammerers on the wall. Dwarves. I believe these are Poogs. I think. No, maybe this is T's. I forget. Anyway, Ungrim Ironfist is the lord who's actually up on the walls just already. That's kind of interesting. The long beards with great weapons to try to mash through armor, which makes sense since I am Chaos. Some great swords that also hurt miners. You got Empire over here. I believe this is Poog. Either way, they're very much intermingling their forces together, as we can see. And let's waste no further ado and get started. They seem to have a hell of a trap waiting for me on the inside here. The overpowered archer towers already starting firing across the map because, you know, arrows fly that far. Halberdiers over here blocking this gate. Monsters going through is going to be a bit of a bitch. Same thing over here. They definitely have given us something to deal with. I pretty much waited until my towers got the bulk of the archer fire, and now I've charged forth my Dragon Ogre Shaggoth to take on this gate right here. And the trolls are going to be running in behind to help with taking these down. Taking missile fire. Not quite sure from where, but they are taking it. A gyro bomber is coming overhead. Looks like it just rammed into the fucking wall there. Immediately dropping some bombs over here. Only one. Coming in for the rest of us. One of my towers has been broken down, and one of his as well. That's never any good. Here we go. Gyro bomber flying overhead, dropping some more bombs. Not doing the most damage against my armored Chaos Warriors with their shields, but still not something you want to be dealing with. Oof. That was a good hit. Looks like his towers and mine are reaching the walls. Let's take a look at the orcs coming and charging in. Let's go. Here we go. And meeting great swords in melee combat. That's not what you want to jump down to as orc boys. Even more. Over here, 2 of them. And over here, flanking the hammerers who were placed at the wrong spot. My Chaos Warriors marching up over here. Just getting charged immediately. Ungrim Ironfist trying to take on my Chaos Warriors here. I'm charging all my units up like right now, right up to the gate. The gate, by the way, which is open. I'm actually not charging my monsters in immediately because I don't want them to deal with halberdiers. Look at the rest of the walls over here. Chaos Warriors. Yeah, we got a good amount of them over here that are just not needed over here. And now I'm charging forward my Chaos Warriors into the halberdiers so that they don't get a chance to fuck over my monsters, because my Chaos Warriors is going to destroy these guys comparatively. We got some magic boosting them and greatswords running in to reinforce. I'm charging up even more. I think that's a reinforcing unit. Yes, it is. Slowly sorting my units outside here. Sigvald's chilling. Now that we've shut off pretty much all their towers. Look over here. The Archer boys have come up and are opening fire on the enemy units on the wall. The Gyro Bomber's chilling up here. Probably out of bombs. I don't really know what he does right now. I think dropping boiling oil is a thing. I forget. We're taking some Archer fire there. The orcs are having a much cleaner time on the walls than I am. Take a look. They're not actually going up against nearly as much resistance as I am. Good amount of great swords, but not nearly enough. Oh. They're not the most armored units, so the great swords don't exactly have their advantage of their great swords here, but they do have the armor. But the orcs are still doing some good damage. Look over here. It looks like they're a little surrounded by dwarves and greatswords. Still just fighting on. Let's take a look downstairs. The halberdiers have met the spider and some other infantry, all the black orcs in the gate out here. Just clogging up the fucking gateway, which is kind of interesting. Man, it's spitting bile at them, stepping on them. The archers are shooting down. Doing good damage, though. Having the spider up front, probably not the best idea against halberdiers, but that's okay. Azag's staying out of it. Some of the guys are starting to break on the walls. I am dealing with, honestly, the worst of it. If we take a look here, there are Dwarven Thunderers over here that have been harassing my units. I have actually charged one unit off the wall to try to go for an intercept, but he quickly runs back and intercepts me with some of his great swords. As you can see, more fire over here. I think coming from the Gyro Bomber. Yep, Gyro Bomber. A lot of the enemy's ranged force is being focused on me at this gate. As we see, they definitely have the heaviest defense right here. Now firing into the sides of my Chaos Warriors, who I charged in for the intercept. Not the best situation. Not at all. I'm immediately actually going to run them to try to get the great swords in the way of the fire. Oh, a fucking Illuminart's just chilling over here. What's it doing? It fired some stuff. It's obstructed right now. The Gyro Bomber, unfortunately, always has a line on us. We are starting to plow through the halberdiers, but the Thunderers will and have been making rather quick work of any of our guys that managed to get through. I sent this... Actually, no, these guys are routing. I don't know if they were routing already or if I sent them to do anything. Firing. Oh, man. Where are they firing? I don't know. Oh, up here, I guess? On some of my Chaos Warriors up here? I got the Chosen, actually, coming across right now, coming in. And... oh, my trolls and everyone's getting, webbed. I got Sigvald up here on the walls, fighting Ungrim Iron Fist and these Longbeards, teaming up with some Chosen right now, actually, which are honestly taking a beating.
Stop them!
Some Chaos Warriors still remaining, but really a lot of their forces have been focused over here on my end. Sigvald just happily fighting, covered in blood. He's completely surrounded for the most part, if we're looking around here. But he's just going on. One of the best duelists in the game, so being surrounded is not really his forte. But he's holding in there. He's very tired already. It's crazy how quick they get tired in this game. We'll see the situation we're in right now. Oh, I actually got my Armored Chaos Trolls through, and they're making very, very quick work of the Thunderers, though they're already routing because they're trolls. They'll regain their stats soon. I've charged in the Dragon Ogre Shaggoth, and I'm charging him through the Halberdiers into the Thunders because the insane focus of enemy units over here is making too quick work of me. I have to do something about them as I can, and charging through the Shaggoth now that the Halberdiers are mostly taken care of is one of the only things I can do. And Raven Warriors flee. Yeah, we're not having a good time up here on the walls. We're not having a good time anywhere over here. These trolls are already coming back. My Shaggoth's having a fucking retard moment, getting stuck with these guys. Oh, now he's webbed and he cannot move. The Thunders are turning around to focus fire, I guess, now on my Shaggoth. There's a severe focus of enemy magic and units over here that is really making this a brutal fight. If we take a look over here, we do have more units. We are doing alright. Shaggoth taking some damage. The Luminarch opening fire on the Shaggoth. Looks like he barely missed that, though. The Gyro Bomber firing on him. And the Trolls are still just chilling. I don't think I've noticed them completely yet. Let's take a look at the Orc side. The resistance on the side of the Orcs is pretty much crumbling. All the enemies here are routing. The little amount of units they left at the gate are gone. The little amount of units they put on the walls over here are pretty much dead. These Orcs are running down to my side of the wall now because they barely went up against any resistance, and now they're free to do as they wish. These hammers are being dealt with. These Orc boys are almost dead though, but there's a lot more waiting behind them. Victory's in our grasp already, even despite still being pretty much an even battle. These guys are starting to rout because there's a large amount of units heading towards him. He needs to get these moving. Oh, he is getting them moving. He's sending them forward, presumably going for the victory point over here. Which for some reason there's some Chaos Routing Warriors over by. My Dragon Ogre Shaggoth is still just chasing these guys despite everything that's being thrown at him. He's still alive, still fighting everything he can. His pathfinding is being a little retarded right now. And he's fighting the stragglers instead of going for the main hordes. But here he comes for a charge. Oh, just running these guys right over and slamming right into the Thunders. That's what we needed from him this entire time. There you go. Running through them into the next group of Thunderers, and there you go. I was really just trying to utilize him to keep all the Thunderers away from me because they were dealing too much damage, and it's going well. He is almost dead and starting to rout, unfortunately, but he's done his duty. We got, really just dealing with them over at the gate. Ungrim Iron Fist has come downstairs, along with pretty much all the other dwarves up on the walls. Sigvald is actually routing. He's about to die, unfortunately. He got surrounded and fucked up pretty well. He's trying to make it out of here alive. And it looks like he is, in fact, going to make it. That's better than having him die. A lot of my units over here are actually routing, probably because Sigvald is routing. Just they're all almost dead because of how much of the enemy force has been focused over here. Ungrim Iron Fist is just stuck in this fucking mess over here. There he is. Fighting some Chaos Warriors. The Luminarch charging in. Alright. Pretty heavy concentration of the remnant of their troops. Literally just over here. They're not really doing so well. I've actually here they are. I charged my trolls over to the victory point, and I'm actually sniping the victory point with my trolls. And apparently some chosen that look like they're routing, but I don't know. They're actually fighting even though I can't see their symbol. Maybe a bug fighting the Gyro Bomber. But we have captured this. I didn't realize I did that. I'm also sending some more chosen around. They're probably part of this unit now that I think about it. The Spider's coming to join me. These guys are routing. I pretty much gave up over here, I think. And I went to execute that flank. Yeah, I think that's what happened. This battle was actually months ago. This was in September. Like half a year ago now. And the monsters have run over to the Gyro Bomber and just blew it right the fuck up. Awesome. So my flank actually worked really well here. They were so focused on holding me at this gate with everything they had. I disoriented all their troops by charging the Shaggoth down, and this flank got us their capture point, and only 94 seconds until they lose because they are not holding the capture point. Some enemy magic being put down here. The Luminarch is charging back home. They are starting to charge everything they have back home. My monsters are coming over here to meet them. They got some halberdiers coming back as well. But the orcs are starting to reach the victory point as well now. The enemy stronghold will soon be yours. I don't know why it's bringing me over here. Oh, some Chaos Warriors coming back. I think I was using everything over here to hold them. Oh, Sigvald actually came back. And he regained some health. I gave him some stuff to regen health, especially when he's low on health or fighting. Charging him back to Ungrim, knowing if I kill Ungrim, they're going to run away. Some of the orcs came over here to continue the fight on this side. Some more of my chosen and stuff rejoining the fight. Ungrim is surrounded now by orc boys, which are not really going to kill him. But now that Sigvald, like one of the single greatest duelists in this game, is over here joining the fight. Ungrim's not going to be doing so hot anymore. You see his health quickly melting. Sigvald's isn't doing much better though. His health is quickly melting. I am trying to get Sigvald out of there now they did what damage he could do, just so he doesn't rout again. And the orc boys are just beating on him, not doing nearly as much damage as Sigvald, because he's focused on Sigvald, so he's not actually trying to fight the orcs right now, which is kind of a mistake. Sigvald's running back in, getting a charge. Good damage. He really doesn't know who to fight. Just getting beat down, and just like that, it's actually over. I think that was just them surrendering. I don't think that was the victory point, but whew, unfortunately, their biggest mistake was they didn't try to fight both of us. They threw almost everything they had at me, and that really, really hurt them. While they did wipe out almost all of my troops, look at this. We did take a lot of them down with us, and this Shaggoth. The trolls didn't get a lot of kills. They didn't really lose anything. And they were the ones that got to snipe the victory point. The Chosen coming in hot. The Warriors holding their ground. Sigvald even doing amazingly, lasting towards the end there. Great Swords over here, really getting a lot of kills from T-Master. He was the Empire. General of the Empire, honestly, I didn't even see this guy, so I don't think he did very much. The Luminarch getting some kills, but I really don't think he did so well. He was better for buffs. The Halberdiers, I honestly not doing very well at all. Look at the Dwarves. Ungrim Iron Fist was fighting strong on the front line the entire time. They had really, really small armies. They went quality instead of quantity. I think that's why they chose to focus one side. They didn't have the numbers to focus both. But that was a big mistake in itself, because Neo was basically left uninhibited once he took the walls, not completely losing a lot of his troops. The Spider getting a fuck ton of kills. Oh my god. Black Orcs coming in with all these kills. Orc boys doing what they needed to do. Even the Trolls getting some good kills. Azag never even really had to fight. He still had a lot of fight left in him despite all of which he lost. It was mainly out of the Orc boys. And they just didn't bring the numbers to be able to deal with this. Or they didn't properly distribute their units to be able to deal with this. But it was a great fight. I loved fighting it, and I saved it for this very moment. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. We got more Total War battles coming up and plenty more. If you'd like, you can join our community server in the description below. You can join us in any Total War battles. We're currently on this and Total War Rome 2. We'd love to have more of you join us, or otherwise just hang out, maybe join us in some other games or talk. Up to you. Let me know what you thought about the fight in the comments, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.